Good morning, Flosstube. My name is Laura, and I'd like to welcome you to Stitching by the Shore, my channel all about cross stitch. Every once in a while, we may talk about something else crafty, but today it is all cross stitch. If you are new, I want to say welcome. Thank you so much for pressing play and giving my channel a try. I hope you like what you see and hit like and subscribe and all that good stuff. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back each and every time you come back and stitching with me or hanging out with me or chatting with me. I really appreciate it. It is Christmas Eve here, so we have one more Christmas sweater. We have Santa, and we have this probably is kind of like the craziest sweater I have. You can't see, but we have another Santa and some gifts, and there's reindeer, and even in the back we have like a little ornament. So we are rocking the Christmas sweaters. And what's beautiful is I have a ton of snowflake sweaters. So these aren't going away anytime soon. For the next several weeks, you'll probably see snowflake themed sweaters. So more to come. Speaking of snow, we woke up this morning and it is snowing. We don't get a lot of white Christmases anymore, but apparently we're going to have a white Christmas this year. I only think we're getting 1 to 2 inches, but it's cold enough that I think it'll stay for tomorrow. So I guess we're having a white Christmas this year. I hope it's okay wherever you are. We're not really going anywhere today during the day. We're just cooking and prepping and all that kind of stuff. So I think by the time anybody has to go out and about later, the roads will be fine, which is good because we don't want to have to cancel because of snow. We have had to do that before on Christmas Day if the snow got too bad. So anyway, that's that. The other thing, you'll notice I have a big blotch on my face. I figured I would just turn this into a public service announcement. It can happen at any age, obviously, but as we get older, it's important to get things checked out. So I go to a yearly skin doctor check, and this wasn't anything major, but she said it's the start of something that could be. So I want to say burn it off, but she froze it off, which basically burns. And she said it'll go away and it'll be fine. And so every year, make sure you get your skin checked. If you have any questions about anything you ever see, please get it checked and looked at, because if they can catch things early, we're doing good. So that's my public service announcement for 2021 as we end the year. Maybe as you ramp up into 2022, if you haven't done it in a while, maybe go do that. Okay, so let's talk stitching now. I have 2 finishes. Remember how I had talked about that I wanted to go through as I was pulling all of my, this sweater's a little hot. Zip it a little bit. Remember when I was saying how I was pulling together all of my projects so that I could do a project parade at the end of the year. Well, I was going through a few of them like I did with 'Twas a Fair Night last week. And I said, oh, maybe I can finish that. Oh, maybe I can finish that. So I pulled out 2 this week and I got finishes. So super excited about that. And let's show you. Okay, first one. This was pretty close to a finish. So it was sitting there pretty much just in the pile and I didn't really see it. So I said, you know what? We're going to just pull it out and finish it. Vintage Needlearts, Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Moo. This is part 2 of a 4-part series. They are part of the Buttonwood Farm series. Buttonwood Farm is actually a real farm in Connecticut, a sunflower farm. And during one part of the summer, they have a big event when the sunflower's at full bloom, and I think you can buy sunflowers for charity, and they might do a maze. I really wanted to try to get there this year, and I didn't. There's a window when they're really in bloom and the best time. There also is an ice cream dairy kind of farm attached to it, but I don't eat ice cream from milk, so that really wasn't part of it for me. But one day I really, really do want to go. So maybe this coming summer, depending on where I am, I might be able to go. But this is a 4-part series featuring the cow. And there we go. This is 18 count Nantucket Sky from Fabric by Stephanie. So you'll notice a few changes. This is the second time, and I meant to, I've been so on the go this morning, and I totally meant to bring up the first one and show you, because I have my box of finishes here, and I totally forgot. Oh well. I did this first one on the same fabric, and I did the same idea. You'll see here on the pattern, there's like a blue kind of wavy line. It's kind of like sky. On this fabric, I didn't feel like I needed it all. It was kind of just an extra element, kind of redundant. So I said, I'm skipping that. And I didn't do that because I love how it looks like they're out in the field. And even, you know, if I cut it down a bit, it's going to look like outdoorsy. The other thing I didn't do, because especially because they're up by that blue thing, there's a couple of bumblebees, but I just decided not to do them. I would have had to bring them down lower, and I don't know. I think it's cute the way it is. So that's what I did. Everything, this is all DMC charted in DMC, and I used all of the called for colors. I didn't change any of them. And they're all very similar colors from pattern to pattern. So the sunflower colors are all the same from the previous pattern. So you can pretty much, if you decide to do more than one, you can just carry over the skeins of floss from one to the other. So that's that. Eeny, meeny, miny, moo. As you can see the cow chewing on that one. I have the third one in this series, and I don't have the fourth one. I'm not sure why I didn't buy it, but we'll see. After I've stitched 3, we'll see if I want to stitch a fourth one. But they're cute. They're cute. They're fun. I would really love to go to the farm, get some pictures, and something like this, put in like a stitching scrapbook and intermingle the pictures with it. So you'd have the reel with the stitching. I think that'd be kind of cool. So I got to get there first though, one day. You'll notice here, I am turned in another direction. So before, see there's the ribbon. So that was that wall we were looking at. We angled it a little bit to see if the lighting would be better. And this way we didn't have the reflection. I don't have the ring light part on because that was really reflecting against my glasses. So I'm still working on that. But today we have my ink spinner. So we have room for re-inkers, although you could put other things in there. And at some point, depending if this comes down to Delaware with me. And we have 4 sides of inks. They should be full, but I have inks on the table because some of the ones that I use all the time, I just leave them out rather than putting them in the spinner. So that's what we have today. That's some of the parts of this craft room. The lighting would be kind of bad if I show you, so you may not get to see like my cardstock and pattern paper, the way I've got all that. If I can figure it out, maybe I'll show you one day. All right, so that's the first one. Let me figure out now where to put this. That's what got me thinking about where we were. Let me put it right there. Okay, next one. Next one I want to show you, I changed this one up a bit, and I want to show you the original pattern. Excuse me. It is a free pattern, so I could show you the free pattern, but I'm just going to do it this way. This was back in 2019, back when it's hazy when I actually started back stitching. August, maybe August or September of 2019, somewhere around there. But clearly when is this posted? Clearly I had found Flosstube. This was the end of September. And I'm pretty sure I saw this when it was first posted. So probably at the beginning of September, I maybe found, so I must have started back in August, July or August. I must have been watching Flosstube in September, and I didn't watch a lot at that point because I didn't really know how popular and a thing it was. But I was watching Stitching with the Housewives, and Priscilla had put out, this was, I'm pretty sure before they started selling their own patterns, she had put out this freebie. I think it was her first freebie. It's called Chicken Joy. So that's what it looks like. Super cute, but I don't do chickens for stitching. They're super cute, and if it goes with your decor, I think it would be adorable, but it's just not going to go with anything I do. So I generally, if I stitch any of her patterns and she's got the chickens, I generally will switch them out somehow or other, and I did with this one. Now, I have to say this was not my original idea, so I can't take credit for it. I saw this somebody had stitched it sort of like this, and I loved it, and it made sense then. Ooh, I could stitch this and it not be a chicken. Otherwise, I might have just done the tree. I mean, that in itself would be a cute little ornament. Just stitch the tree, and you'd have a, you know, kind of a rectangular skinny ornament. So I stitched that first part in 2019, and let me show you that part first. Woo. So I had stitched that in 2019. You can see back then, I really wasn't aware of all the different fancy kind of fabrics and stuff. And this was originally done in black, and I was still kind of doing all the basic colors. So this is an 18 count black Aida. And I had, except for the tree trunk and the lights, everything, this is what was stitched. And then it sat there for 2 years. And I showed it in last year's Project Parade, Whip Parade, whatever you want to call it. And I'll put paper behind it. And it just sat there again. So when I was pulling out things this year, I said, all right, I'm going to buckle down and do what I want to do. So I had seen somebody rechart the chicken, and they had given a link to a free little PDF. And this is what we have. This is now called Shamrock Joy. Look at, it's a little shamrock holding the lights. So I will show this from a distance. It is free. And you know what? I have up top when I printed it, it shows the web page, the internet page. So I'll go to it and see if she still has it. It's just a cute little doggy. I mean, it's as basic as you can get. It's probably something that you could chart yourself if you're pretty good with it. So I decided, okay, I had to figure out, he's shorter than the chicken, and I'm not sure he's the same length as a chicken. So first I had to figure out where to put him. Then I had to figure out how the lights were going to go, because it was different than the chicken. And in the original pattern, she had all the lights different colors. I decided just to do them all red. When we, for Black Friday this year, we went to Michael's, and we got we got an artificial tree, 50% off. Plus I got Michael's rewards, so it worked out in that sense too. So I got the tree, but then really ornaments wise, because we didn't bring anything down, even though we have stuff up here, they had hardly anything left. But they had like a big tube of mostly red. They were red with some white and silvers, but there was a lot of red. And Mo had happened to bring down a little package of like small little red thingies. So I was like, you know what? In honor of the first Christmas, sort of, in Delaware. We're not spending Christmas in Delaware, but the first tree up there in Delaware, with everything red, I was going to make all the lights red. I know it's lights, not ornaments, but work with me. I was going with the red. We have white lights in the tree. But I figured that would be kind of cute. So I recharted that, you know, just wherever it felt natural to actually put them. And I did a different color for the string of lights. It's the same color. Shamrock has these big brown eyes, so I used brown for his eyes and his nose. Used the same color for the string. And then I think I had to add an extra snowflake because obviously the chicken was bigger. So there was kind of a space somewhere, I think up here, maybe, I don't know. But I am so super proud of this. I had put it off because I knew what I wanted to do. And I knew I wanted to rechart this. But in the beginning, certainly in 2019, I certainly wasn't comfortable 100% with being able to do it. If I had sat down and done it, I'm sure I could have done it. But the experience over the last couple of years gave me the confidence to say, you know what, I can do this. I mean, I change colors and fabrics all the time. I'm sure I can count. It's like an 18 by 16 little piece. It's not exactly a big giant thing that I'm recharting. So I did it, and I love it. And it's no longer Chicken Joy. It is Shamrock Joy. So that's my second finish, and I do want to make him into an ornament so he can go on the tree. I will link the blog post that has the Chicken Joy. If you have not seen that before and you want to stitch it with the chicken, or I saw people had recharted, they probably did a cat. I'm sure somebody had done cats. Since then, if you have other charts from the Housewives, Priscilla has added dogs and cats and all sorts of things. So you might be able to use one from a different chart as well. But I will also, if I still can find that web page for the freebie on the little Scottie dog, then I will also link that below if that's something you're looking for. And if you want to know what colors I used for either the lights or for Shamrock's eyes and nose, his ears are very, very light pink, but you kind of really have to look at it to see that. I didn't want like a crazy pink, but it's probably a little bit lighter than what you can see from a distance. But I'd be happy, if you want any information about that, I'd be happy to share anything I did. But that was not my original idea, so I'm not going to take credit for somebody else's brilliance. All right, I have one more digital on the iPad to show you. So those are the 2 finishes. That's all I got done, but I'm pretty proud of that. That Shamrock Joy took me, that was yesterday's project, and it took me a little while to kind of get it done, and there was a lot going on. We were trying to do some baking and some other things, and so I would do a little bit, come back, do a little bit, come back, and go back and forth with it. So it might have been a lot easier, depending if I didn't have a lot going on and it was Christmas Eve. So that's it. That's all the finishes. I have 5 projects that I worked on this week, a little bit here and there. This first one is another Housewives pattern. It's small. For some reason, this thing is taking me forever, which has kind of made me, I don't want to say hesitant to work on it, but kind of flipping by it when I'm looking at my patterns as opposed to just sitting down and doing it. So I pulled it out this week and said, you really just need to buckle down and do it. I don't have a finish, and there's a lot of little pieces. So I don't even know if next time I'll have a finish, to be quite honest with you. Candy Cane Lane, super cute, but there are a lot of colors and a ton of color changes in this. For something so small, this is going to be a 2x3 because I'm doing on an 18 count. And it's going to take me way longer than some things bigger, just because there's so many color changes. So while I like these patterns, and she's got a bunch of like the little, I don't know, tiered tidbits or whatever she calls those things, I'd have to do them and I'd have to look at it closely, see how many color changes, see if it's something that I really want to do. Some of them I might just pick and choose. She's got some cute Santas that I might just pick out of one at some point. But, you know, we'll kind of play that by ear. But here it is. Candy Cane Lane. 18 count Whimsical from Color and Cotton. So obviously there are changes. The white shows up fine in other places. It wasn't showing up really nicely for the words. So I changed that to the red. I'm using DMC Alternatives. It's only charted in 4 colors, but the really tealy wasn't going to work, the DMC Alternative. So I did something else for that. And I may not do all of the little pieces when I get done with this. I'll see. There's candy canes here that I do want to do. And I have to finish this house. And then, I don't know. There's kind of things floating around all over the place. We'll see if they really add anything to it. There are little candy canes in between. But again, I'm not sure I want to do that. We'll see. Maybe I'll put something along to ground these houses instead. I'm not sure. We'll see. So it's coming along, and it's cute. And it reminds me of, you know, the Hallmark movie we watch with Candy Cane Lane as where the girl lives. But if I had to do it again, I'd have to think long and hard and go into it knowing that I'm going to have lots of color changes and just be fine with that. I thought, okay, this is small. This will take me no time. A little bit longer than I thought, but cute. So that's that one. All right, moving on, because I am chatting away. We're already almost 20 minutes in. Okay, next one is Prairie Schooler. I have this Prairie Schooler Santa's Revisited 2, and I am working on, oh, I always have to be careful because there's a chart on the back of this. What am I working on? Right here. 1989 Santa. That's the one I'm working on right now. Okay. And there he is. So he is done, as all of my Prairie Schoolers are, as many of you know if you watched me before. They're all done in Picture This plus Jade. I have one here. I have others that I haven't, but that was 1984. And so now we're working on this one. And I buckled down. There's a lot of counting in this part here with the wreath and then down into here. So I buckled down and I said, just get that done, because then it becomes much easier just to stitch here. The border itself is a pretty easy repeating border. So I figured I'll wait and do the other stuff with that. So we're almost at the end of his coat. Then we've got like a little fringe layer and then his boots. This is going to come down. I didn't count this right. I should have started this a little bit higher. It's going to come down probably to like here. Now, obviously we have this selvage edge, so it'll be fine, but I should have been, I was a little bit lax in my counting, and oh well. You live and you learn, right? Next time I'll be much more careful. I did change his face, and in the description box below, underneath the video, I list everything I work on, and I list color changes where applicable. So all of these Santas on the Jade have the same color changes for the face, and then I changed, as I did with 84, I changed the white. And you'll see that in the description box as well. So if you wanted to see what my changes were. Now, you know, this color on that might be exactly what you're looking for. But on the Jade, I wanted something that was a little bit whiter. The called for DMC is a bit more cream. So that's why I changed that. But as always, and if I forget, reach out to me. It was just kind of a mental error that I didn't mean to do. So I'd be happy to give you any info if I forget to put something down. So there he is, 1989 Santa. Okay. Moving on. Oh, you know what? I meant to get this one on the iPad too, and I forgot. So I'm just going to show you the black and white. This is from the Little Stitcher. It's Green Christmas. So Little Stitcher has green, white, red, and I believe blue. 4 different sets of designs, all focused on a certain color and Christmas kind of pictures and all. So this is the green one. And I am stitching on the tree. I think the other 2 are really cute too. So at some point, I'll work on those as well. And they're all the same color. So it's kind of like a little, you could almost group them as a little scene somewhere depending on how you finish them. And then you could kind of have little color vignettes throughout your decor somehow or other, depending on how you wanted to do it. I talk these big plans and then I just throw everything all over the place. But that would be really cute. All right, here we go. If you watched last week's video, you know I started this originally on Vintage Country Mocha, which is a nice color for this. These colors do show up on that. And I haven't checked it. It's in the Ziploc that is holding this pattern. So I may at some point stitch that one as well. But this one, 18 count Icicle from Under the Sea Fabrics. It's a great, really light, subtle lavenderish. And the colors look just great off of it. I really wanted to get the tree done. There's this and then some more green layer here. And there's a lot of stitching here and there's a decent amount of counting. So I just didn't do it. But I was getting tired of the green and the white. So I said, I'm going to do some of the trunk of the tree. So I skipped down and I did a little bit of tree trunk. Just to throw in another color of stitching. Now, I don't know if you can see, but there are openings here. She has it listed where you can use beads if you want. I might. She also says, she gives a suggestion for an alternative. Do I have it here? Yeah, you can also do it in I think it's 3865. You can just do them in white if you wanted to, because they're on the green. So you can either use clear beads or you can do white. I was thinking maybe if I had some sort of sparkly, I don't know if a Twill would show up so much, but I have like a kind of shiny, sparkly, sulky. Maybe try that rather than the beads if I want to do that. Because some things, depending on, well, this one I might make an ornament out of, but depending on how I want to finish things, the beads, the bumpy beads, if I put them in a scrapbook, could be an issue depending on what might be on another side. But there is the option to do either, and she gives an explanation of doing either one. So my goal, if I work on this now with Christmas tomorrow, I don't know if I won't keep all of these Christmas projects. I would like to have a Christmas project going at least once a week. It might change, but just kind of to pick away at these projects, because now I have a decent amount of Christmas ones started. And I do want to start one of my flying Santas. Maybe tomorrow. I might start one of my flying Santas if I have fabrics that work tomorrow, because I have so many flying Santa patterns and I'd like to have one going. So you might see different Christmas pieces as the weeks go on, depending on what I'm looking at stitching and what I want to stitch, just so I can keep working on these. But they won't be the focus of most of my current stitching. So some of these will go away and come out periodically. Maybe in May, do like a Merry May and do like Christmassy stuff or something. Who knows? I don't know. I say these themes and then I decide I don't want to be hemmed in. I want to be free. So that's Green Christmas, one of the 3 patterns that you get when you buy the chart. Little Stitcher, the Little Stitcher. And that gets linked in the description box below. I'll link to her Etsy shop so you can see it. Okay, now we're moving away from Christmas. We're gone. Christmas has moved on for a moment. I have kept this one up faithfully, and I'm really proud of myself because I'm just plugging along. Jardin, Prive, Lady Halloween. That's what it looks like. I am doing the different shades. I'm not doing it monochromatic. And because I'm kind of where I am, I can stand back for a second. That's what it looks like from a distance. And then we can come forward. This is kind of a good position. I have room to move. Anyway, so this week I really focused on over here, actually. And I was really focusing on, there's a lot of counting there with that, this side. This is an 18 count Smoky Amethyst from To Die For Fabrics. That's the full thing. And that's as low as it's going to go. So that's as tall. And then we come forward for some of the closer elements. I'm well into my second skein of, I'm using Anchor Black instead of 310. It is charted in 310 if you want to use the DMC colors. But I like the Anchor just a little bit more. So I'm in my second skein of that. And the darker gray is 317. And I am just about finished with that. I have the second skein ready to go in the bag to get that started. So far, and this is on an 18 count, a bigger count, you'd probably use more. I know Gail Phillips, Gail and I are doing this as a hashtag Lady Halloween SAL, Sal, stitch along. And Gail is doing it all in black silk. Although I know she stitched the hair and she stitched it in, I don't know what type of floss it was, silks, threads, I don't even know. I'm not sure, but it's really pretty. And I think it's also a purplish sort of. So check out Gail's videos for that. And if you look on Instagram, hashtag Lady Halloween Sal, you can see all sorts of others. And if you start it, let me know. And on weeks when I work on it, I put all of the information that I'm using in the description box. And I link anybody that I know of, Flosstube's Instagrams, that is stitching it. So I'd be happy to link you if you start stitching it. All right, we have one more, and then we'll be done with this week's stitching. I just decided on a whim to pull this out. I didn't really know what I wanted to stitch on this day. Betsy's Autumn. I love this. And that's from Plum Street Samplers. I keep going back between this one and Cinnamon Stars. I should just pick one, get it finished, and then work on the other. But there's no fun in that. So there we are. That's what it looks like. You're not going to see a ton of difference. You just haven't seen it in a few weeks. I decided this week I just wanted to work. So this grass goes all the way from one end to the other. So I buckled down and I did that. I also did a chimney for counting purposes. I had to do that. And then I am going to change the next row of pumpkins. So you can see here, there's 3 rows of pumpkins. The middle row, the DMC alternative is brown, is a brown shade. I'm going to look at what the pumpkins are charted in Cinnamon Stars and maybe pick my favorite color in that one, use it in here, and then use that one and maybe this color for the pumpkins in Cinnamon Stars and have them kind of mix and match. They are both stitched on this 18 count Honey Amber. Did I tell you that already? By Fabrics by Stephanie. So that's kind of cool. They already have that same vibe going. So if I add the same kind of pumpkin vibe, that might be kind of cool too. I practice sometimes what I'm going to say, or I think about it in my head so that when I go to say it, sometimes I'm like, did I already say it? And I might have in my head, but never said it out loud. So if I repeat sometimes, I'm sorry, because I can't remember if it was me just kind of playing around in my head or if I actually did say it. And yeah, so we're just plugging along on this one. It's such a pretty one. I really like it a lot. And I just pull it out periodically when I want to do some stitching on it. No rhyme or reason, really. And that is all of my stitching for this week. Whew, it's a lot of talking already. Oh, I'm sorry if these go on too long. Okay, next, I got some happy mail. So I wanted to show you. I got this great Christmas card from Mandy. Thank you, Mandy. I love this. It's going up so I can look at all of my cards. And then Colleen had stitched this and she had said that, you know, she wasn't going to use it again. And would I want her to pass a stash? And I said, oh, I would love to. It is in the packaging, so it's going to be a little glary, but it is, does Riveras, she doesn't really name hers. Happiness is Walking on the Beach by Riveras. And there's a charm there with it too. So I am so looking forward to stitching this one, Colleen. Thank you so much. You know me and beachy patterns. And then yesterday's mail brought this fabulous card from Deb. Deb, I love this. I love, love, love this. Isn't that great? It's pattern paper, right? Either that or you did a really good job blending colors and then embossing those snowflakes. And it was funny when I first looked at it, it hit the light, so all of these sparkled. It looks so pretty. I'm not going to be able to do that now. But it's almost like snow in the background, and it's beautiful. Thank you so much, Deb. I love this one. This can go all year. I think all of my cards from everybody, but this especially, Peace on Earth, I'm cool with that all year round. So thank you so much. I love this, and I really appreciate it. We got not much mail yesterday. It's been a little bit of a tough week this week, and this made my day. When Mo brought in the mail and was like, there's one for you, I was like, yay! And I loved it. I loved it. Yeah, I don't know. For those of you who are a little bit older than me, if you have any tips or tricks, those of you who are my age or even younger, how to navigate the perimenopause. I'm not going to skirt around it. The mental and emotional ups and downs just take me by surprise sometimes, and I'm just doing fine, and then the next day I'm not. And any suggestions, anything you know, and it's not like all the time, but just sometimes it kind of just hits me. And this week it just happened to. I don't know if it's with everything going on with the holidays and just everything going on outside in our world or what, but it definitely kind of threw me for a loop. So I really, really appreciated getting this little note yesterday. It really made my day. Thank you. But if any of you have any suggestions, or if you just want to commiserate because you're there with me, let's do it, because it is a crazy thing. crazy thing. Okay, that was my Happy Mail. Loved it. I have some shopping, mostly fabrics. I know you're shocked because, you know, I never get fabrics, right? This first thing, I'm not going to show you too close because these are going to be for you. I don't know how many of you know Kathy, Crafty Cat. Oh, her Flosstube is Crafty Cat something. Is it Crafty Cat Stitcher? I'll link it. I'll link it below. But Kathy is, I love watching her. She's just so, she's beautiful stitching. I like listening to her. She's just wonderful. Well, Kathy has an Etsy shop and she was having a sale. So I decided to pick up a couple little things for you guys for, ooh, I try not to crinkle, for giveaways. So in 2022, these two pieces will be making an appearance as giveaways for you. Maybe one January, one February. I'm not sure. See? And look at this cute little thing. Kathy had sent a cute little needle minder as a little extra. Let me see if I can put it against. I'll put it against it. Put this cardstock up against it so you can see it. Isn't it cute? It's a cute little cat, like little buttony. So there's like a couple little holes where button holes would be. And then she attached some magnets. And so it's a little needle minder. So Kathy, I love this. This is adorable. Oh, that might even work better. There we go. And I am so thankful that you sent that. Thank you very much. If I put it right by those metal things, it stays. Okay, so that's the non-fabric. Most of the fabric are some fabric of the months that have come in. And then one little order that I had made. And it really was little, I promise. This first one's Color and Cotton, and it is the December Fabric Club. So if you don't want to see it, I'm in the Any color. So I'm not really sure how many there are and how many colors they send for. I don't know, like if you're in the Any color, different kinds of fabric, do they actually even send the same color? I don't know. I haven't figured that out yet because whenever I see somebody showing their Color and Cotton fabric of the month, it's never the same as what I get. So this one's called Cobblestone. It's a pretty color. I don't have anything quite that shade. I found with Color and Cotton, they switch. They seem to switch between, like, you know, colors and then more neutrals. And so they've really rounded out my neutrals. So that's called Cobblestone. Okay. If you didn't want to, if you looked away, look back. Next is Stitch Me. Now this is the November. So I got to think everybody has gotten their November by now, unless you're international and you don't want to see, look away. It's called Princess, and I am in the non-neutral. I think she calls it standard. And again, as usual, the modeling is showing up brighter than it would be, but the color, the color is a little darker too. The modeling is more subtle than that. Looks really nice in person. I think I might have a piece of this. She's got this, she's had this color around for a while. Okay, the last fabric of the month, and this was, I want to say it's November, because I think Under the Sea Fabrics, did she take December off? She might have. And I don't know if that's what she normally does. I'm a new fabric of the month person from Under the Sea Fabrics. If you don't want to see, look away. These are all 18 count Aida. This one's called Luna. Isn't that pretty? Let me open this up a little bit. That's really pretty. Really nice. No clue when I'm going to stitch on it, but it's beautiful. Okay. It's gone if you want to look back. Now, the only other thing, fabric I bought, every once in a while I look at different places like Tropical Stitches, or I look at To Die for Fabrics, and a few other places, Color and Cotton, to see what they have like ready to go, as opposed to placing the order and waiting however long, especially this time of year. Everybody's busy, right? So I was on Etsy, and I said, let's just check in on To Die for Fabrics. I hadn't gotten any of her fabrics for a little while. She, if you look in, you know, the regular part, she has, you know, things that you can order that will be dyed, but below that is ready to ship. And if you are 14 count Aida, she a lot of times has a lot of 14 count Aida. So I would check it out if you're looking for some colors that will come fast. But she had a few in the 18 count, and I said, you know what? They're going to be they're going to be shipped right away, which she did. She got them out the same week that I ordered. And so I got them before Christmas. If they were a Christmas gift, they were just because. But this first one, all 18 count Aida, is called Winter Blue. You know me. I see a blue and I'm like have to get it. This one is similar. It's a little bit lighter and a little bit less gray than Princess from Bestitch Me that I just showed you. Really, really pretty. I like that a lot. So that's called Winter Blue. Oh, I'm breathing and swallowing at the same time. Not easy to do. And then this next one, it was sitting there in the ready to ship. It's called Bewitched. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? That would be, do you know in 'Twas a Fair Night when I've stitched the little snowflakey thing up top, and I stitched it once already in kind of like a jewel tone blue? It'd be pretty on this because white would look pretty on that. Ooh, that might be an option. And then I opened up the package, and she was very, very generous for the Christmas holidays and sent me a couple freebies. So I am super grateful for that. And she sent me, of course, 18 count Aida. She knows how much I love my 18 count Aida. There are no names on either one of these, so I can't give you names. I could ask her if they are in her line if you see one that you really want, that you really like, and you would like to order it. This one, such a beautiful neutral. I love that. So that was the first one. And then this was a long, and she went and this was like a long scrap, it looks like, but she still serged it. Isn't that nice of her? Look at this blue. So she sent me that as well. Oh, I love that. I'm always looking for some darker blues too. You know I love the light blues, but the darker blues I always have ideas with too. So that was that. Those were the two freebies that she sent. So I am so grateful for that. That's my fabrics. I'm enhancing the fabric stash. Ooh, you might hear the plows coming because there's just enough snow out there for the plows. Sorry about that if you do. That's it for shopping. That's what I got. I don't have much coming. I'll get money for Christmas. That's usually what family gives. So maybe I'll do a little bit of shopping post-Christmas. We'll have to see. Let me know if you're doing any and what you get, because I want to see what you get. You might enable me to buy those things too. Now giveaway stuff. Let me grab behind me here is the giveaway stuff. Okay. First order of business. This is so funny. This is really funny at this point. My winner from the Green Terrace, a digital pattern giveaway. I'm trying to give away 5 digital patterns here. I didn't hear from her. So, since it's been 2 weeks, I have the names in a little sandwich bag. I started this giveaway, I want to say the beginning of November. Or yeah, beginning to, not straight mid-November. I'd say beginning to November. And 4th time's the charm, right? 4th time. We're going to get a winner this time. All right. So with this, it's a listing where you get 5 single digital patterns of your choice. If you win, reach out to me. I'll explain it, or I'll send you the link so you can see. If you've watched me regularly enough, you know already because you've heard me explain it multiple times. All right, I've grabbed a name. And the winner is Lynn Mishloney. Lynn, did I say that right? Mishloney? I hope so. I apologize if I didn't. Congratulations, Lynn. Reach out to me. I'll send you links or we'll chat. You can look at Green Terrace, see what you like. Once I know, you're going to send me your choices and where you'd want her to send them, and we'll get that out to you. A nice little end of the year gift. So Lynn, you know my info. It's down below, either on Instagram or Gmail. Okay, so that's the new winner in that. Then I do have to give a reminder from last week's giveaway. I'm going to keep it in its container. I should have I put away the one that's mine because I was showing that. So it's this Trimming the Tree from Pansy Patch Quilts. It's cute little snowman. Debbie K. Debbie, you have one more week to get back to me. I picked your name last week. So if you get back to me, I will ship this out to you. I just need your address. All right, so one more week. If I don't hear, then I will choose a new winner on the next video. Okay, so that goes in with the names kept from that. Now, this week's giveaway, I'm giving away, and I still didn't count this. I'm giving away this piece of, I would assume it's even weave. I don't know my fabrics well enough. I don't know. It doesn't really look like a linen-ish. So I'm going with that. It's a higher count. I meant to count the inches, how many squares per inch, but I didn't. Cute little piece. Get some good stuff on that, and it's a great neutral color. And I asked you to say the word sleet. Little did I know, and I remember saying to somebody, oh, we're not going to get any snow for Christmas, but at least we won't get sleet. And here we are. Oh, it's finally slowing down on the snowing, I think. And again, it's not 2 inches at most. It's enough to have to shovel. Good morning, kids. Guess what you're doing? You're going to go out and shovel the snow. I think they're both sleeping. I haven't heard anything yet. All right, so mixed it around. And our winner for the fabric is, let me grab the fabric so I can put it up again. Debbie Sisk. Congratulations. You're the winner of this fabric. So if you could please send me your address, I will ship this out to you. And I will put your name right with it so I remember. I write it all down anyway, but I like to keep everything together too. Okay, so that is the current giveaways. Now, for next week, we're going to do a kind of an accessories, sort of, not accessories, that's what they're called, extras. I'm giving away ribbon. So I have 3 different ribbons here to show you. Well, one is a twine, actually, and it's not, this is a jute twine, so it's not the twines that you wouldn't have seen it yet. There was something to watch. I have an extra video. I'll tell you about it in a minute. It's not the twine I talked about in the extra video. This is a jute twine. So I have 3 different ribbons that are going to go to the winner, and there's 3 yards in each one. So that would give you plenty of, so if you see up close, it's a jute, a little bit rougher than say some cotton twines, but it's cute. And you could add that in between with other types of things. Then, so it's all 3 different shades of red. And these will all be packaged nicely when I ship them. You know that. You know that I try to do that. This next one is a twill. It's a cotton twill. Isn't that pretty? So they're all kind of the deeper reds. I'd say the jute twine is probably the brightest of the 3. This one is a deeper, almost a cranberry. These are, I would go along the cranberry line with these instead. So that's that, 3 yards of that. And then this, I have never shown this one before. I've been figuring out what to give it away with. And I thought, oh, these other colors would be really nice too. This is beautiful. It's so soft. It's actually polyester. I didn't realize that, but I looked on the container. Isn't that pretty? So this is the width to show you. And you'll get 3 yards of that. It's a beautiful color, the polka dots. So if you put them all next to each other, this giveaway is these 3, the polka dot, the twill, and the jute. And in honor of the fact that tomorrow is Christmas, and I do have a reindeer somewhere on this sweater, Santa's reindeer, the word is going to be Dasher. Because when you say it, Dasher gets all of it's Dasher, Dancer, da 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 da. So Dasher gets all of the, I should have picked the one that you say last, but I went with the one you say first. So if you could just say the word Dasher, you will be put in for the giveaway for the 3 different ribbons. And you get 3 yards of each. So it'd be 9 yards of ribbon / twine that you'd be winning. Okay. So that's that. That's the giveaway stuff. We'll keep life stuff short just because, you know, it's Christmas Eve, and there's lots of other things to do. And there's still probably, I don't know if there's still Flossmas, Vlogmas, Stitchmas videos going on every day. So there's a lot going on, a lot to watch. If you're heading out, I will have a video, as far as I know, on New Year's Eve, so you can hang out with me on New Year's Eve. But if I don't see you, talk to you, whatever, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful New Year. Okay, so life stuff. We're just getting ready. Christmas Eve tonight. We are going to have just a small group of us coming over for a family. We are all vaccinated. We are all boosted. And, you know, trying to keep to our bubbles as much as possible so we don't spread anything, especially to the older population of our family. So we've got that. We did some baking last night. We've done some cooking this morning. I'm keeping it fairly simple because I've been traveling and stuff. I wasn't feeling like the huge go crazy. Plus we'll be having a meal with most of the same family members tomorrow. So it's like Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. We wanted to change it up a little bit from what everyone's going to eat tomorrow. So we tried to keep it simple. This week has been a week of doctor's visits. Obviously, like I said, I went to the skin doctor. She took care of this. Everything else looks good. So that's good. I'm good for a year. So I will be back again before Christmas next year. Saw the chiropractor. Shamrock went to the vet. He's doing good. His numbers are a little bit low on one of his things, so we've got to watch him. But they don't think they want to up his medicine yet, unless he starts showing signs of stomach distress. So he's doing okay. Otherwise, he's holding steady on his weight because that's an issue for him because of the stomach issues. That was something that, you know, he doesn't digest sometimes, and then his weight goes down. So they always watch that as well. But he's doing good. He's holding well with that. So that's really good. And I wasn't expecting the snow. We have, I think it's finally stopped. We have some snow for the holiday. So we've got that going on. And other than that, yesterday, I filmed a video. It's about short video, about 20 minutes. I had finished 3 little ornaments. The advent pieces I stitched. They're very simple. And when I title the video, it's going to be something, I don't know how long can YouTube video titles be? It's going to be something like super simple ornament finishing for a stitcher who likes to stitch but not finish so much. Something like that. I don't know. So I do have those finished. If you are so inclined, I'll probably sometime in the middle of the week put that one out, and then I will be here on New Year's Eve. Maybe I'll grab all my projects and do a project parade. Maybe that would be a fun thing to do for the last video of 2021 as we head into 2022. Other than that, that's about it. That's all that's going on. I hope you're well. I hope you are safe. Please be careful if you are traveling for a multitude of reasons, whether it's the weather or everything else going on. I so enjoy spending time with you each and every week, so I want to keep being able to do that with you. So please be careful. If you celebrate, I hope you have a lovely holiday season, whatever holiday it is you celebrate. For those of you who already celebrated Hanukkah, I hope it was a really lovely one. And again, if I don't see you before the New Year, I hope you have a fantastic New Year. We're always low-key on New Year. We never go anywhere. I'm never even awake half the time at midnight, so it'll be something, maybe a good takeout and a movie. That's my idea of New Year's anyway. So we're keeping it low-key anyway. That doesn't change life-wise, no matter what's going on. I'm a fairly low-key, kind of stay-in kind of girl anyway. But yeah, and I'm wishing all the best for everybody as we head into 2022. This is going to be our year, right? This is it. This is it. That's good vibes. I'm sending good vibes into 2022. Happy stitching. Happy everything for the next week, if I don't see you, beyond. And until next time, enjoy your food. I saw a really good quote. Before I forget. Sometimes people feel guilty about what happens between, this holiday season. What you eat between Christmas and New Year's does not matter as much as what you eat between New Year's and Christmas. So enjoy the fellowship, the family, the friendship, whatever you happen to have. Obviously, don't make yourself sick, but enjoy what's going on, and it's lifetime habits when it comes to that. So do not assign any guilt to any of that. Enjoy it. I hope you get lots of stitching. Maybe some of you have time off. Mo does. He has the week between Christmas and New Year's off. I'm not sure what we're going to do. Maybe start decluttering the house and sending stuff to Goodwill. I don't know. But I will be stitching. I know that. I want to get some stitching done and maybe some finishing at some point. We'll see. Now that I've got the finishing bug, you'll see after some of my disasters on that video. But that's it. I'm rambling. Let's get this one finished so you can have time to watch anybody else while you're stitching. Until next time, happy stitching.